That was great. I don't know what to say.
I just tried to do a Dota sound emote of crash and burn, but it didn't work.
Oh well.
Doesn't work.
I was gonna say, too bad we don't have the Monday morning soundboard for.
Get a soundboard for the podcast, please.
Studio 2.0 is going to have a soundboard. It's going to be operated by a third party.
Even Glove and Boots has a sound.
Me.
They have a soundboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
I love.
I love.
Yeah, it's just
just
that
gonna be
clip is one of
filled-
the things, and they just play it all the time.
Yeah.
It's just going to be filled with Shane quotes and Alan quotes. So that when me and Josh are alone,
You can just
and
hit the
we have to
buttons.
record the show, yeah, we'll just play a button, be like, Alan, what's your
Can one of them be like
what's your
a
opinion on
5-minute
it? And it will
rant?
just be like him ranting about like how Islam is terrible and stuff like that.
No, it should be like hit a random button
And how-
and it'd be him just cut up in different sentences. Be like, I hate feminism.
Yes.
Why not just make that one thing? Because he's definitely said that before.
I'm pretty sure he's said that a lot of times. He said a lot of our hosts have said terrible things. I have said terrible things.
This whole podcast is terrible things.
There should be one of each of us going, I'm a furry and I like the dick.
Well, you're never going to get me to say that.
I just said that.
Josh just said it. So for your Josh soundboard, you can have Josh saying those words.
Yeah.
I almost
Order your
said that.
soundboard today for $10.99, $99.99.
99.
Okay.
0.69.
Anyways.
Perfect.
Anyways, gentlemen.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. Joining me this week, my name is Jeff. Joining me this week is Josh. Hi, Josh.
Hey.
Josh, we're joined by a guest who's been on the show multiple times.
Against my will every single time.
Yep.
I mean, we literally forced you into a car this time.
Get me
I
out of the
just
back of this
rang-
trunk, somebody. Please.
We just threw
I don't know what you're talking.
He was in the trunk. We threw a mic at you. We closed the trunk and we left.
There's neon lights in here and
Josh.
RGB fans. Why is this in the trunk? Who knows?
We're like, oh
God,
shit,
it
his
sounds-
computer though. Wait, hold on.
Josh, what did I tell you about putting guests in the trunk of the Mustang?
I like it there. It's nice and claustrophobic. I feel safe, and I could just type out my work there.
I told you, not everyone is as crazy as you, and they don't like sitting in the back of my fucking trunk.
They're all
Okay,
loose.
so Adrian, we're gonna get you out of the trunk after we record the show. We have priorities here. Priorities, okay, Adrian?
Nope, this is
Yeah, we
my
maybe
trunk
remember you.
now. I claimed it as my own.
Okay, it's Adrian.
I've
it's
already
Adrian
peed
now.
in here. It's mine now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Jeff's got fun cleaning that.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
You're pissed in my fucking car. The same car that I left will not allow my niece to eat chocolate in.
Better
You're
hurry
just
up
pissed
before
in
he, better hurry up before he makes chocolate in your
Well,
car.
I am chocolate, so haha.
That's a good point.
He's gonna take a dump in your car, but whatever.
Okay.
Oh, I did that first. You guys told me off the
Adrian.
toilet. What do you expect?
Adrian, welcome to the show for episode 101 this week. We have a guy listening to us actively, so if we randomly just stop talking, I do not know what happened.
You
I
definitely
do
clicked the
not know
button
what
and
happened.
disconnected.
You hit the button.
Yeah, I did. We have a random guy talking, so if you randomly hear us stop talking, that's because our our resident fact checker, is telling us that we're wrong. Okay?
No, he's
Everyone
just,
okay with that?
He's just so curious of how a podcast works, and he's like, "Man, I'll just listen to this one." And we're like, "He's gonna listen to some dumb bullshit."
And then he
Clearly he
leaves
made
the
the wrong
server,
choice.
and then we're all, he kind of did. And yeah, so we should start with our.
Oh, that's a good one. Freaking smiley winky emote with a fucking gun. Oh, that's good.
I believe I sent that multiple times on Yak Yak.
I mean, that's good. That's still good.
Yeah. Okay. So, Adrian, are you editing the show document?
No, I don't. Where do I find this? Hold on. I was trying to log into my Dauntless account.
Okay.
I am going through.
Should we just talk about the big thing first?
I don't know. I think my dick is not really legally allowed, but we could.
Josh, focus. This
Wait,
isn't like
hold
the
on.
ass that was perfect.
Why are you talking about this now? This has been a thing for like months.
What?
What?
Steam Direct thing. I'm assuming that's what you want because that's where your cursor is.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Computex.
Oh.
So, talking about the big thing that happened this week, a lot of computer parts got unveiled.
No one really cares because no one really has the money for them until they're consumer priced.
I concur. A lot of cool cases were unveiled. A lot of cool RAM was unveiled.
It all has RGB lights for no apparent reason at all.
Liquid cooled power supplies, sir. And the two big things that we're talking about this week is AMD.
Liquid cooling.
Is there?
Liquid cooled power supplies.
Because you definitely want water near electricity. It's always a good choice. Put your toaster in the bathtub with you. Have some toast.
I know, right? I mean, that's the stupidest thing I heard. Like, I read that and I was like, why would you spend money to cool a power supply? That doesn't sound safe.
Because, Dell laptops running really high these past few years. So they need a way to cool them down. So instead of investing in better technology, they're just going to put some water on it, right?
Yeah.
The summer.
Pour a cup of water all over
Some
it.
water
It'll
on
be
it.
fine.
The other thing that was announced was a bunch of cases. There's a bunch of new master case. The half is coming back, which is exciting for me because that was my first computer case, was part of the half series. The actual master box series is getting expanded. New Fantax cases. MSI has announced some stuff. There's a new form factor in the works. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. But the big thing was the AMD threadripper and the Intel i9. And if anyone sits there and says threadripper is not an awesome name, I am totally sorry.
Yeah, if you're a teenage boy, yeah, it's an awesome name.
I mean, it's so great. I mean, it has 64 PCI lanes, which I immediately started to have really breathing. But
you just that cat? The heavy breathing cat?
Yeah, it was more like my eyes became hearts, and I was just like, I'm in love. I need this.
And your heart came
My
out of your
life.
chest?
My heart exploded, and they had to replace it with a Threadripper processor. So
That's so weird how that worked out.
it has 64 PCI lanes.
Hold on, so you're Tony Stark now, except you don't have a cool robot suit.
Yes, pretty much.
Exactly.
In the Black Mind canon, I'm a cool robot person who does not have a cool robot suit.
I always knew
Not
you didn't
yet.
have a heart, Jeff.
I mean, you've known me for how many years?
When did we start school?
God, it was like 5 years ago.
Sure. Has it been that long? How long have I been graduating?
No, we've been graduated for about a year. You've been graduated for about 2. I've been graduated for about a year.
Man, I've really done nothing with my life.
In other news, Intel announced the i9s, and I'm very conflicted.
About
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the i9. So basically, we worked with somebody who demanded the best and the best and the best and the best, and it was expensive and stuff like that. Threadripper, I can understand the expense with it because it's a server hardware first, enthusiast second, but basically it's two processors stuck together. That's
I hope
what
they're
it seems
physically
like.
just glued two processors together.
If you look at the socket, it actually seems like that. Like, it actually seems like they
Are they
took
making
two
like
processors.
this noise?
Pretty much. Like, somebody did that and then just like made it a processor, and it was amazing. But like the Intel i9 has two more cores than the Threadripper, which okay, and then it also has, I think, a higher clock as well, which for me that's interesting, but it's $2,000.
Of course it is.
And I think that this runs in headfirst into the thing that I face all the time when I talk about PC gaming with my friends and stuff like that. Like friends who don't PC game, is they say, well, PC gaming is just too expensive. Well,
It's not.
when you have not really, but like when you have a $2,000 processor, it's very easy to get into that stigma of like, well, why don't I have the best? Why don't I just spend $2,000 and get the best?
Well, you could.
And yeah, and you could, and you'll get a 0.5 increase in performance. And I just don't understand where Intel's coming from on this. I understand where AMD's coming up from on this because they want to compete with Intel toe to toe, and they've been doing that consistently.
Well, Intel knows
you
they
look
have
at-
a diehard fan base that was willing to put out the greatest and latest thing from them.
And
So why not make a $2,000 processor and get those people to pay for that?
And that's the thing, is like I think that that's just infuriating to me, is that processors should not cost $2,000.
Well, the military probably pays for $2,000 processors that we can't even get.
I know, but that's the thing, is like the military probably has a military contract with Intel or AMD or whatever company, and
I hope
they
the
probably
military
have a
doesn't
super.
run on AMD.
I hope so. It doesn't either. But like the thing is like we're talking about a consumer first, enthusiast first processor, and I just don't see it.
I'd argue having a really high-end processor isn't really consumer. It's
I would too.
what's
I
the
would
word?
sit there.
Hobbyist?
Excessive.
I'll go with hobbyist for now because I can't think of a better word.
Crazy people, lots of money people, Mr. Moneybags.
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags.
The same category that early adopters of VR are in.
Oh,
Moneybags.
yeah, fanboys, early adopters.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with all those things.
Our fact checker recently just posted, gluing two CPUs doesn't usually turn out very well. So, thank you, fact checker. We very much appreciate it. The other thing is like it's like I understand where Intel's coming from, but they really didn't lower their prices either. And that, I think, is the shocking part to me, is, okay, you're releasing the i7, the i5, and the i9. So shouldn't you lower your price structure maybe to compete, or are you so confident in your company's like structure
Brand.
and your fanboys, and your brand, in order to maintain this? And I think that AMD Zen and I think AMD Threadripper are very good computer parts now. I think that they've been built well. I think that people who are saying, oh, this is total garbage, don't really understand why it's significant. And I just don't understand why Intel would say, yes, we're charging a premium for a product. Because
All
that's how you
products
get
usually
beat.
charge a premium, but okay.
Well, no, I mean, like, their processors are, 15% more priced per performance. And when it was like AMD Bulldozer, it was like, oh, okay, this is worth it. But it's like, you're really not getting much for your performance.
In the end, though,
Lately.
it'll make the market better because then more people will see that AMD's cheaper and they're also a little bit better contenders now. So people will buy AMDs over Intels, which will cause Intel to actually care, and then we'll actually get good products.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And I don't think the i9 is what I wanted. Like, I understand why they did it. It was more to clean up their structure that they had. But it's like, they really didn't do much. They did an i5 on the X299 platform and an i7, and then they did i9, 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 i9. And it's like, really? Really? You're fucking really? You're kidding me. Anyways, we should talk about something else. And cases were also a big draw in there. Did you guys look at any of the cases that were on display at Computex?
I didn't even know Computex was a thing.
It's basically where a bunch of computer vendors show a bunch of things. So there's one case that's basically a giant heatsink. It's 40 pounds. And my reaction to it was, this is the greatest case of all time.
Is it RGB as well, or?
No. So thus it's even better.
Because I have to say, with the computer companies just shoving LEDs in everything, I'm almost expecting them to make a full case just LEDs with the LEDs. I mean, no like metal protection or anything. It's just raw solder and lights, and it's just blinding to look at. That's all I'm expecting here.
You should look at the Corsair stuff. Because Corsair has gone heavily, and Corsair really did start the trend of RGB, but they have outlined all of the USB ports with RGB.
What? How was it
So it's
possible?
like, it's amazing. It looks good. It looks nice, but it's still like, really? fucking really?
They might as well just get to the point of just making a clear case and shove it with as many lights as possible with a spotlight in your eyes. Like, Jesus.
As somebody who likes RGB as an accessory and doesn't think it's that important. I don't think it's the greatest thing on the planet, but I like RGB. It didn't make sense to me, and I was just like, The only reason why I like RGB is because it's like, oh, I can change the color of my RGB. Okay, that's fine, and then move on with my day.
Well, you can only make it red, blue, and green.
I can make it any color of the rainbow, Adrian.
Then why is it not Roy G. Biv?
I don't know.
Why is it RGB?
Yeah.
So can you affect the alpha? Because then it'd be RGBA.
Yeah. Anyways, Corsair also, we also got a new half case, and then we got the Maker Box case, which the half, they're doing more of the Maker Master Case style, so it's completely modular. You can upgrade it as per se. Some people. The other ones, the Master Box and stuff like that, it looks like they have 3 different steps, but they're all built on the same chassis. So somebody like a Shane or Lane or a Robert's brothers, sisters, roommates, cousins, girlfriend, could buy a case and perceivably upgrade it to the top of the line over time. So that's interesting to me, that Master Case. I actually think Cooler Master is doing the best thing right now. Because they're like, hey, we're unveiling a platform, and then we're upgrading that platform over time. And I want to hear your guys' opinion on that, but I don't really care at the same time because I have my own opinions on it. So
my opinion's better than your guys, and I
no, it's not that. It's more of like, if I don't think you guys could sway me from this opinion,
Everything's
because I
trash.
think that
Everything is trust, and I think my opinion's way better.
Did that actually come off that way? I'm sorry. That is such
Your
a
waifu's
Canadian thing I
trash,
did.
Jeff. Your waifu's trash.
Your
Did you call me
waifu
white?
could be better.
Try harder.
I don't even think I have a waifu. Wait, no.
No, it's Stylet.
Yeah, no, I don't. Who's
Freaking-
that?
Freaking my waifu is the freaking
No.
gif I keep showing you guys of the dude screwing the monster, and you don't know it's a monster until
No,
the camera
no,
pans.
no. I'm gonna mute you, motherfucker. You're gonna get muted.
I don't even know
I
what.
love that. I love that gif because you don't expect it, and you see the camera pan, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Oh, it's so good.
So Josh has this GIF that he likes to share everyone that just makes everyone's skin crawl.
It's just
Mainly mine. He shows it to me just to make me go, "What the fuck?"
I shared it on like, oh, where did I share it? Because freaking
You shared it in the not safe for work chat where we post
yeah.
all of the dumb things that we think is stupid.
yeah, exactly.
So everything.
Yeah, the everything. It's where the everything goes.
It's more like where we post all of the dirty things.
It's
So
very
everything.
dirty.
Everything.
We designed a game in there that was like
So you made a
That was
visual
very-
novel. Got it.
Yes.
no, it was we designed a game for Sam and Sam was like, "This is a terrible idea," and we were like, "You should do it anyways." but like a lot of the things is like Linus will post something, or no, Josh will post something, and then I will just say, "Stop!" Post the same GIF of Michael Jordan saying, "Stop it! Get some help."
Stop it. Get some help.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Don't worry.
yeah.
I found more in my backlist of horrible things I found on the internet. So it's fine. I can always post different ones.
I mean, we also did post a bunch of pictures of like when Nier came out,
Oh yeah.
like the booty. Yeah.
Tons of ass.
Booty.
And then we did post the mathematical perfect gas in there as well because we
the
were like for
Fibonacci's.
scientific. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
the new ribbon chick for what's that game? Arms.
Arms. Which
Full of arms.
Arms looks
Although I
great. Also, by the way,
yeah.
I told Jeff to tell you this. You don't have to use motion controls.
What?
Pro controller works fine without it. My friend tested it.
yeah.
That's cool. I've heard it's slightly better with motion, just slightly.
I think it's easier to do curves and stuff.
That's what it is. Okay.
Anyways, we should move on to another topic.
Why is Jeff so bad at making segues?
Why is there the segue is so broken down that you can't write it anymore? It goes backwards.
Why
all
can't
the
you
time.
grind it on a rail so it shatters?
It's
all
snaps
back.
in half.
Speaking-
Step is half, and he gets it up his crotch, and you're like, "Arr!"
Speaking of conventions, you need to take a taxi to a convention. So, Josh, talk about Crazy
You
Taxi.
don't have to take a taxi to conventions. Most conventions are
Shut
in
up, you
towns
ruined the
that have
segue,
other
God
forms
damn
of
it.
public transport. Please.
Yes, we do. Like you can take car.
You ruined the
you can
segue,
take
Josh.
bus,
You could ride a
can
bike.
ride a bike. You just
Ride your
walk,
friend.
Get a friend to piggyback. He's like, dude, I can't walk.
Yeah.
He's like,
You can get pole bearers to just like carry you in a coffin.
oh, that would be such a cool entrance. If that was your gimmick, that'd be such a good
I'm
entrance.
sure there's a metal convention that multiple metal bands have done that too.
Maybe. That sounds very plausible. Yeah, so I played the game called Crazy Taxi on the phone here on Android. And would you figure that they just straight up ported Crazy Taxi? I want to say the PS2 or the Dreamcast version of
GameCube?
it. Like, yeah, or not. Well, maybe even the GameCube. I haven't played that version, but they straight up take the port of like the Dreamcast and just throw it on the phone, and it works fine. The only thing I would say it's kind of sucks is when I was playing it, they have ads all over the place on it. Of course, it would have ads, but every time you hit the start button to be like, okay, I'm gonna go into this arcade mode and go into this in so many minutes, and I'm gonna play the game, and it gives you a full 30-second ad every time you do that, and that's the free version. And for me, I'm like, oh fuck, I can't stand this. So I bought it. It's only $5, which is pretty decent for like how many times I played for this game originally in the first place.
You paid $5 for a phone game.
But the thing is, that's what I'm saying here. They ported a Dreamcast game straight to the phone, so it plays exactly like the Dreamcast game, just on your goddamn phone. So it's like, if you could get one of those weird USB controllers, you're fine. It plays super well. And yeah, like basically my short little review for that is like, it plays exactly like the Dreamcast version. So it's like, oh, this is a dream made in heaven, because now I have Dreamcast anywhere I go, or at least, I mean, Crazy Taxi. So it's like, oh, this is fucking fantastic. Oh, and it has the original soundtrack too. It doesn't have that weird, oh, we don't have the license for this, what can we shove in there? This? Nope, that doesn't work.
Never worked.
It's pretty, Yep. Because man, there was a version of Crazy Taxi that it's the Steam version of it. That's what it was. You can get Crazy Taxi on Steam, but the music is not the original music. It's like they had to take out the music because again, they don't have the licensing. So they're like, so take out the licensing, and then it was like, oh fuck, this is not the same at all, because even the music replaced it with, it sounds close, but you want Offspring and you want Bad Religion. That's what's the point. Because frick, I mean, that's the only way you get your blood pumping in that game.
It's just sad that I'm not listening to Josh anymore.
I have a solution for you, Josh. Mute the game. You go on YouTube. You type in Crazy Taxi OST.
Actually, there is a way to edit the sound file, so you can just be like, oh, shove in your own shit, and it works just as good. So they're super lazy about it, and that's a good thing.
So is it good port? Is it worth it? Is it worth buying this game? That is totally shit. I should not buy it. Whoever says
Hold
it's a
up,
good
you
game
don't like
should
Crazy
be shot.
Taxi?
Yes, I like Crazy Taxi. I'm being sarcastic. There's a difference.
I was gonna say, like, I would say people should play Crazy Taxi at least once just to see if they remotely like it or get the idea of it. Because, man, I remember back in the day going to the arcades and just playing Crazy Taxi, like, or seeing the arcade machine and be like, oh fuck, I know where all you have to go for getting the max. Tax or get a max fare and stuff like that, and like finding the secret people and the ledges, or you have to go off a skyscraper and get the person on the ledge, and you can get this huge fare going and all that shit. Like frick, I knew everything about that game. I think I could do all the drifts and shit too. Anyway, I would say I would recommend Crazy Taxi on the phone if you're super crazy about Crazy Taxi, like I am. Hell,
Crazy about Crazy Taxi. Buy Crazy Taxi on the phone. Got it.
Yep, exactly. And it's like $5 if you want to get the ad-free version, which is actually pretty good. It's like surprisingly good.
That's pretty fair for full games on phone, actual games on phones.
Yeah. Like you think, I don't know. You think like for average games like $1 or $2, but like for $5 for Crazy Taxi, I think it's fine.
Is it worth $5?
I totally think it is. I mean, they at least put the work into porting it.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Do you think that there's anything like, does it use motion control? How does it steer? How does it drive?
It's just basically touchscreen. That's more. But the thing is, though, you realize when you're playing this game, it only has left, right, and drive forward, drive backward. So you're not missing out on a lot of things here.
Is there tilt controls too, or is it just touch?
I don't think there is any tilt controls. I can go double check though. But I want to say it doesn't, because it's
10
again,
for not having
really,
that option.
It's really old. Oh, hold on. Loading screen after loading screen after fucking. I know you ported it.
But did you know we ported it?
But did you know that this company ported it? And this company? No, I don't. God, shut up.
Anyways.
Tilt is an option.
Huh. Speaking of phone games, we should talk about the greatest phone game ever.
Fire Emblem Heroes?
Magic Carp Jump. That game is bad.
It's Tamagotchi, man.
It's Tamagotchi cookie clicker. That's basically what it is.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's
Exactly what it is. Because basically, I've been playing it for the past few days already, and it's getting to the point of like, oh, I can see the motions, and I can see the things that they're, the progression that you go through this game, and how little activity that you do for this, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is totally a cookie clicker of like, you have a thing. Waiting for the timers to go down, then you go back to it, then you fill up on your shit, get all the shit that you need to level up, try to progress a little, and then you do it all over again.
It's a pretty perfect phone game, though, when you think about it.
Actually, it is, I have to say, because it's by the Pokemon, was it Pokemon Company, or I forget.
Well, whatever, Nintendo's getting to do all their phone games.
Yeah, like this game is so not in your face about the microtransactions to the point of you have to go and search for it, which I find games that do that are always the best.
If I remember correctly, it caps you for a lifetime of only spending up to $100 or something like that.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that, because I saw all the little like small wording and stuff like that when you buy the stuff, but it didn't really say what was the cap, so that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I know in like England. I remember seeing a picture posted that a guy posted, and he's like, "This game caps me. I can't pay more than more than £100 or something."
£100. That's quite a bit.
Reasonable.
That's quite a bit.
I think it's like whatever 100 of whatever your currency is.
That too.
So the pound's not. I don't think the pound's doing so hot right now.
Anyways.
Zimbabwe dollar is doing better.
I doubt that highly. I've been to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
It's not that nice.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that annoys me is that it's Magikarp.
Well, you got a problem with Magikarp.
That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick of this entire thing.
Hold on.
You're training.
I end up just bashing the button just to try to get through it. It's like I just want to progress in the game. I just want to skip everything. I don't care. I do not care. And I'm eventually just gonna get frustrated enough and just uninstall it because I don't give a shit. But like, it's just disappointing, man. It's just disappointing.
Yeah, watch that video right now.
I know this video. It's a good video.
Oh God, the first line is I love magic.
I love magic.
Yes.
It's totally pathetic.
It's super pathetic. Yeah, I like the gimmick of this entire game, though, is that you have to train a Magikarp, and your Magikarp can get stolen away from you if you were, like, constantly doing the ballsy move of, like, oh, let's see if we can get this berry from this tree, but something bad could happen.
A Pidgeotto just comes and flies away with you.
I actually never had that happen until, like, yesterday, and I was like,
I did.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that actually happened once.
I did it, and I was just like, what the fuck? Oh yes, I made sushi for this Pidgeo. Good, good, good. You deserve to die.
And it'll become a Mega Pidgeot and wreak havoc in VGC.
Exactly.
That needs to happen.
And another thing is I found hilarious is your Magikarp can evolve into a Gyarados, and that's actually another game over. Of like, oh no, it's a Gyarados. It's not a Magikarp anymore. You have to retire it. It's like, what?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
You made a Gyarados? You made a decent Pokemon? How dare you? How dare you make a Gyarados?
Well, the game's all counting on jump power, and Gyarados is already cheating in the first place. So it's
Gyarados is the best.
You know the
Pokemon.
lore behind how Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, right?
It has to constantly jump.
Yeah, it basically learns how to jump so high that it turns into a dragon, which is like an old Japanese legend, if I remember correctly, where like if a koi carp can jump so high in the air, it'll become a dragon.
No, it's, what was it? Going up a waterfall, and if you reach this gate, it turns into a dragon.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
something
beautiful.
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So wait, if the Magikarp can jump, can a Magikarp jump over mountains?
In the game, it's getting to a point that it looks like it's jumping over mountains for me, or at least skyscrapers. Like it's getting there.
Okay, so wait, let me get this straight. This Magikarp, if you evolve it if it jumps high enough, it eventually jumps to the point of where it becomes a Gyarados.
Yes. I think that's actually the end game of a
That is the
Magikarp.
coolest thing ever, but it's still not as cool as Blaziken.
Blaziken's
The
pretty
best.
good.
Blaziken's
Blaziken's
alright.
the best.
A little overhyped.
Yeah.
Hey, you take that back. Blaziken's the best.
Although
Really
I still
not.
like-
I can just go to Cerebi and Google anyone who has higher base stats.
That too.
No, it's my favorite Pokemon, Adrian. It's my favorite.
Doesn't matter.
Although my
So in my
favorite
opinion-
Pokemon that no one's gonna take away from me ever
Is it Mr. Mime? Is it Mr. Mime?
No, it's actually I think Lucario and
Gyara's pretty great.
Halucha, which is I know Halucha's stats are probably not the best, but I'm like
Halucha's
fuck
still amazing.
yeah. Oh yeah, I mean
F
flying
Halucha.
and fighter, like what the fuck are you gonna do with that? Nothing. It's good drop kicks.
Halucha almost wiped my entire team because it kept using Flying Press, and I think it Swords Dance like 4 times before that because I was like, oh, if he's gonna Swords Dance, I'm just gonna buff my stats too. It'll be funny. And then he just proceeded to wipe my entire team.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should not.
We should
I-
sword dance
I-
away out of here.
Yeah, we should sword dance our way out of here and into Dota, which is.
Dota.
God damn it.
Dota.
Dota.
I was just trying to come up with stuff. Yeah, the Dota campaign got delayed a week. Should be coming out next week.
What? How
Percent.
dare they?
So
They better
how'd you-
extend it an extra week because of this, because people did pay to get into this.
Huh. I was gonna say for people who haven't paid but they're curious about it, can they still get into it or no?
Yeah, you can basically buy a compendium at any point
Okay.
while it's active. You can play. Also, I got
'Cause it was-
10,000 trivia points last week.
So wait, I got a question. Can I play this after the week it's up?
It's not only a week. It's till after the international, and who knows if they're gonna keep it around. They probably will.
I hope they do, and I hope they make it free because that would be nice.
Probably won't make it free.
Because I wouldn't mind them putting some sort of price tag on it, but I'm wishing they put some sort of like, oh,
Well, to
don't
buy
worry,
into it
one-
right now, it's
one-
like $10.
I was gonna say like, oh, one person could buy it and then everyone else can play around for free or something. Like the one person
Oh
has
yeah,
to,
like share it with your friends.
yeah,
kinda thing.
yeah. Like they should kind of do that. But if it's only $10, then I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I talked about this last time, but usually when they do these like PvE events, someone in the modding community ends up making a version of it that's for free. So
Yeah, that happens too.
And I immediately get porn on my Facebook. Why did I go to the
Why did I click this porn link? Why?
No, it's not porn. It's Facebook.
those two words are the
Why
same
did
thing.
you click the porn link?
I didn't. Anyways,
Yeah, I think your account's been hacked.
I think so too.
You just constantly
Anyways, Dota.
retweeting porn on Facebook. I don't even know how you retweet on Facebook, but you're doing it somehow.
I guess I'm just that powerful. So anyways, Dota.
Hots is better.
No.
Battleborn
but
is
like-
better.
But like, so do you think that Dota is this the next evolution for Dota? Are we going to see more of this, do you think?
Oh yeah, probably. For sure.
Probably.
More?
They've already kind of been doing this
More-
for years. This isn't the first
Oh.
time they've put out some PvE thing. This is the first time they're putting a story, like an actual legitimate story maybe to it. As far as we know, this is the first time they've called it a campaign.
Oh, great.
Because Wraith Knight had a story to it, which was all about unveiling Wraith, who is now called Wraith King. Who used to be Skeleton King, but Blizzard copyright made it so they couldn't have a character named Skeleton King, so they had to change him up. So they had to like remodel him and everything.
Quick,
And then they
come
had
up
an
with a
event for
character
it.
that is...
Where you had to kill a
Come up with
giant
a
boss
character
Wraith
that-
King. It was amazing.
Oh,
After surviving a bunch of
great.
waves.
Was it just his head?
No.
Oh. I'm slightly disappointed now.
Why would it be a giant head? He's a
Because
wraith.
he's a giant, and you're small. And he's a wraith.
So?
So he's holding. You're fighting in like the palm of his hand, and he's like breathing
but the
fire
best
on
part
you
of
and
that
stuff.
event is the entire time you're like fighting against the waves, the thing you're protecting is the Wraith King's tomb. So you protect the tomb, and then when the tomb awakens, the Wraith King comes up and beats you up.
Oh,
Like, amazing.
okay. So like this has happened in the past.
Yeah, cool stuff happens.
So, okay, that's cool. In other news, in other Steam news, Pyre got released.
Fire's not released.
Oh,
Fire got a release
Pyre
date.
got a release date.
Yep, July 25th, if I'm right. I should have wrote
Right,
that down.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm excited. I
This
just wanna
game
play it
sounds
right
like
now.
craziness. Yeah,
July
it sounds
25th.
crazy.
This game's gonna be on Evo. Trust me, it's gonna be at Evo.
The versus mode has a lot more characters than anyone initially thought, I think. Like they did
Again,
like a
it's
reveal stream
going
and all the
up-
little question blocks. There's like 20 some characters, some of which you can't even play in the campaign. So
Dang.
although it is only local play, unfortunately. But it's a 12-man team, so trying to do networking
Evo.
is.
Evo.
Evo.
I hope it goes to Evo. I hope a lot of things go to Evo. Evo just needs to expand more.
Freaking! Actually, there was what was it? Catherine tournament at Evo one year.
That sounds amazing.
Because there is
Catherine.
Yeah, there is a versus mode in that game, and apparently there's a lot of tech in that versus mode because there is a lot of shit of like.
You guys must
positioning
love that
yourself-
game.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta be so satisfying.
Because like it's all about like positioning yourself, all about like where to go, which block to push, how to push it, and like oh god, it's really when you first look at it, it's like I didn't realize this game had a versus mode. But the thing is, in order to activate it, you have to complete the game first, or I think it's completed once or twice. I can't remember.
It's an
Then
arcade
you have to-
machine in the game even. You go up to the
Oh,
arcade
yeah.
machine and you get to play it.
Oh yeah, well that's the training mode actually. So you can play these more like intricate puzzle elements of the game. So you'd be like, okay, so if you move these blocks over this way and that, then you can
Yeah.
start figuring out like how to do the game better.
I think if you go to the arcade machine like the night before you do it, you also get like a sneak peek at how the level's gonna be for that night.
Yeah, that was the gimmick with that too. It was like, oh, that's how the level's gonna be laid out or whatever.
They're just gonna rip this level off of this old arcade game. How dare they?
It's
And then a
actually-
giant
oh,
monster fights you.
Spoilers is actually placed there by demons. Spoilers, it's actually just an arcade machine.
Spoilers, Catherine is totally the daughter of Satan.
Spoilers, it was all in his head.
Spoilers, didn't want to deal with fatherhood.
Spoilers, there's like 5 different endings that don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. There's so
They're
many
all
different-
their own weird spin-off alternate dimensions.
I like the one ending I liked is the true neutral, which he never chooses either girl, and he goes off to space adventures. That was the best. I like that one.
I'm going to. Does it end with him just going? I'm going to space adventures.
No, well, the funny thing is,
Well,
you
he's
know the
Japanese, so he'd
poster-
never do a bad British accent like that.
Well, the dumb thing is, you know the poster that was in his bedroom for the longest time?
Yes.
The big one? It's all about like saying like space travel or saying travel, was it travel to cosmos or whatever? You think it's a movie poster, but no, it's an actual travel poster of like, yeah, pay this absurd amount of money and you go venture the stars and shit like that, or go to a space colony or something. And he's on a fucking space colony. So this entire game is on a space colony.
Oh,
You think
great.
it's in yeah, you think it's in Japan. No, fuck that. Space colony.
So wait, doesn't that mean Persona 3 is on a space colony?
Wait, what?
Doesn't that mean Persona in general, the Persona universe,
Well,
is not in Japan?
no, I think that's still in Japan because they reference Japan.
No, isn't he
It-
isn't he in Persona 3?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. I thought he was.
I don't even.
No, we totally. It's completely different.
Guess I'm wrong.
I don't even think it's made by the same people.
No, it's made by Atlas.
Oh, it is made by Alan. Right.
Yeah, it's Alice.
Probably referenced that.
Okay. Okay, we got 3 more topics. Gents, 4 more topics. Gents, Adrian, I'm going to let you pick one. Because
2.
I'm nice like that. 2?
2.
You pick 2?
What's number 2?
A fighting stick for Pokken on the Switch leaked. So, a fighting stick for Pokken tournament
It's compatible with
leaked.
Pokemon.
Yes.
There was a
Talk about
Japanese
it.
distributor who that one of their items got put on their online website, which is a fighting stick that claimed to be compatible for the Switch. That's compatible with Pokemon, Marvel vs. Capcom, and other things. So people
is there-
think that Pokemon's coming to Switch just like everyone wanted, which hopefully includes all the DLC that Japan got that we didn't.
It won't.
It totally will because that's an arcade machine.
What's the DLC?
Plus now that it's no longer, there were like 4 DLC characters? Yeah, 4 DLC characters because there's Darkrai, Scizor, Empoleon, and Krogonk.
Oh, really? We never got that?
Wait, was it Empoleon? Yeah, we never got it. Only the Japanese arcade machines did. I think it's
Weird.
Empoleon. Better be Empoleon. Wasn't gonna be sad.
I was because like a good few days ago, I was like, I could get Pokken right now because it's at Walmart, and I was like, I could just get this right now, and I was like, I'll get it later.
Pretty great.
I like Pokken. Pokken's good. So it's good that it's coming out on a platform I'm eventually gonna buy.
Yeah, and a platform that's easily movable and doesn't require one person to play on the screen and the other person to play on the console.
I got a confession I gotta make.
What's that?
I bought a game for a Switch.
But did you buy the Switch?
No.
You just bought the game before you have a Switch. Because you're crazy.
Yes.
Why?
So that you're making those crazy numbers happen. Every 2 for 1.
No, I'm not. Look, motherfucker. Let me tell you. When Puyo Puyo Tetris is staring you blank in the face, you buy that shit.
That's like the one game that I think will always be on the shelf, and you bought it.
No. You buy that game. I don't care what you say. You spend
Yes,
the
it's
money.
a good game. I get that, but again, it's
what's
not like an overly bought game, like a Zelda or or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is just amazing.
Yes, I can't argue with that, but still. Would you rather have me not buy Puyo Puyo Tetris or buy Puyo Puyo Tetris? A game I love and support.
Oh,
I'm
I'm just
surprised
saying, why
how-
can't you buy it when you get a Switch?
Because reasons.
Because you can never find a Switch. But anyway, I'm surprised how Puyo
Yes.
Puyo just works in general.
Yes. Yeah.
Mixing Tetris and Puyo at the same time, like, how did that fucking work? I don't know, but it works.
I just want a game that is Puyo Puyo Tetris in English that I can play.
I just want Battle Gaiden over again. With a little more balancing
too.
tweaks, but Battle Gaiden would be great.
Anyways, so everyone excited about Pokken tournament getting something stupid that nobody cares about other than Adrian.
Pokemon Tournament's great, though. Everyone loves Pokemon Tournament.
Everyone loves Pokken.
Well, especially Japan.
Everyone likes Pokken tournament. So it's the greatest game on the market. Should we move on to speaking of fun things that recently got announced? Steam Direct costs $100.
Yep,
Huh.
too low.
And that's for publishers to throw shit on there.
Anyone?
No, that's just for anyone. So here's my question to everyone: does everyone think that's too high or too low of a number?
Too low, because the whole reason they're doing this is to stop people from putting all their junk on there.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to bump it up to like $1,000 before the terrible shit stops.
Also, apparently, something I saw was that they have, in an interview, someone said they plan on returning the $100 once you make $1,000, which even all those really bad stuff probably makes.
No, I don't think it makes 1,000, but I do
have you
think.
seen the Steam trading card people? If it has Steam trading cards, it's gonna make $1,000 easily.
Okay, maybe, but like the thing I disagree with is, I think that's too small of a number. I would have been more in line with 500, because I think that's hitting a threshold where you're not gonna, where, how do I put it? You're not gonna be getting all of that money up front. It's going to be over the course of months and months and months, and a lot of these terrible games, they make their money right then and there. And I think that 500 would have been a sweet spot where it's not too crazy, but it's a little bit higher than you would want to spend on a game that's cost you about $100 to make. So yeah, I just don't understand what they're doing right now.
Even for poor game devs like us, we think that's too cheap.
Yeah.
Yes, that says something.
Yeah, exactly.
Total Biscuit did
Two
a
people-
really good podcast kind of thing with the Steam Spy guy and a developer who really loves data and stuff as well. And they sat
Yeah, I
there and
guess.
talked about it and talked about other ways that they could probably fix these problems. All of them agreed it was too low.
Well, I think that the big problem here is that Steam hasn't. Remember when Steam actually curated problems?
They used to.
Curated problems?
Yeah, they used to sit there and actually say your game's allowed to be on Steam,
Oh,
or it's
yeah. Back before they're
So-
like, we need to automate everything because we don't have the manpower to do this because no one wants to work on this, and our philosophy is we only work on things we want to.
Yeah, but the thing is that somebody used to sit at the desk at Steam and used to approve games. And I think that that's a system that we need to go back to. Either hire support staff to do that and spend the money now and make your platform good again, or don't bother. And I think that they're trying to do these stupid half steps and they're failing.
Oh, for sure.
No, I think they're too hippie for their own good.
I that's a better way of putting it, actually.
Yeah, because aren't they're a Seattle-based company, right?
Yeah.
I don't keep in mind. I don't think everyone's smoking the green grass, but I do think that there is a problem there.
Yeah, and that's probably why Half-Life 3's never been released either. Or
Nobody wants to hold up to it.
Who wants to make Half-Life 3? No one.
Nobody
Why
wants
would
to
you
be to
wanna
blame
make
for why
Half-Life-
Half-Life 3 is not the best game in all of existence.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually honestly try to make a start on making it, and they all just are like, no, fuck it, I'm just gonna work on something else. No,
That wouldn't be surprising.
yeah. I mean, have you heard the comments from what was it? I think it was on Reddit of talking about their office handbook or whatever, talk to other people, that book that got released a while ago of how Valve works and stuff like that. And one of the comments was from one of the ex-programmers who used to work at Valve, and they're like, yeah, they're so fucking hippie, you don't have an office, everyone's tables move around, and he's just this guy just wants a nice stable position and just stay there. But no, everyone's too oh, I'm gonna go work on this other thing right now, oh, I'm gonna work on this thing for a week and then come back to it, and then go away again and come back, and he's like, fuck, I hate this, it's so bad. He's
the only dev who hates that. Well, no, it's like you need somebody who finishes product.
Yeah, I think what they need is a 50-50 of okay, we have the hippie guys, and then we also have the structure that we have to go back to once in a while. They have to have a structure. They have to have a structure, or else nothing gets done.
Exactly, and that's something that
I don't think anything gets done.
Exactly.
They just make more money somehow for some reason.
It's almost as if they have this infinite money pool that somehow produces money all the time.
And actually, they have one Chinese man who made a game called Dota.
Yeah, he made a mod, and then Valve was like, man, we should get on this shindig. And then Blizzard was like, no, this is our fucking shit. And then there was this lawsuit, and that happened.
Yep.
And they still own the name Dota, but the other company has to use the phrase Defense of the Ancients, and it's really fucking weird.
Yeah. Shit's weird, man. Shit's weird.
I think they own Defense of
weird.
the Ancients or Dota. Valve owns both
No,
of
they
them.
never did.
No, they never. Yeah, that's the thing. Valve took Dota, and then the original company took their original name was Defense of the Ancients.
Yeah.
Defense of the Ancients.
Which is why Dota is never actually referred to as Defense of the Ancients in the
No,
game.
the game is just referred to as Dota, never referred to as full name, just Dota. So it's kind of weird.
Anyways. Anyways. So everyone thinks that's too low. What would be a solution? What is your guys' solution to this problem?
Curators.
Curators, but if they're still going with this idea of like, you know, pay into it at least, I don't know, $1,000 to $500.
Or, you know, there was this old thing they had where the people who use Steam used to curate things. They were easily bought. If only there was a way to make those people not have to have a reason for selling out. Like there was some sort of reward for being a good curator. Only.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So
Like maybe like a discount.
Maybe.
Maybe like a contract with like specific bonuses.
yep.
That could work, but I don't know. It seems like too much pie in the sky.
I don't know, man. Gamers will do anything for money.
Anything.
Literally anything.
Hey guys.
Anyways.
I didn't suck this dick for money. Nope, totally did not. But I'm gonna play this game and suck this dick.
The twist is it's actually a game about sucking dicks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We've two last topics.
What are
So-
they?
Oh wait, Scalebound.
Yeah, Scalebound.
Oh yeah,
Scalebound
I
got
heard, I
new
just,
lease of life.
maybe. I just remember there being a tweet that someone said about Scalebound being renewed, the license.
No fucking way.
I couldn't find it. I've been looking for it for a while now.
Hold on. Scalebound.
Or it was a fever dream. I don't know. I'm sure.
The latest news I got is Microsoft confirms this afternoon that Scalebound is no more. That's the latest news. Scalebound might not be canceled after all. So the news is even straight into that Scalebound is. So this is on PC Gamer.Gamers and SN. Still hope for the draconic action RPG as Microsoft has seemingly renewed the trademark for Scalebound, according to website Justin Trademark. Microsoft has filed for an extension earlier this month, despite announcing the game's cancellation back in January. For titles that are definitely alive, check our list of upcoming PC games. So it sounds like they just renewed the trademark, which could mean any number of things.
Well, it means
As
the game's
devs.
not dead, but it may be in a completely different form.
Yes.
Also, Platinum might be
Yes.
behind it, which would be a darn shame.
I don't think Platinum's going
But
to be behind it.
after the Platinum just recently got themselves a nice big old award from the Square Enix CEO for how good Nier did.
Yep.
That Microsoft may just be like, okay, you guys know what you're doing. Just take it, just do whatever, and that's all I can hope for.
Here's a blank check.
I just like how the CEO of the company, when he accepted that award, he was like, you know, another thing that'd be great is money.
They probably got bonuses for that. A lot of the companies do that kind of thing.
Probably,
Yeah,
but he straight up tweeted like, oh, look at this award we got. You know what would even better be if we had money.
Money's kind of important, Josh. I'm not going to lie. So is not having Bieber eyes, but that's here nor there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Scalebound could happen. Maybe it'll change names to Bound and Scales or something. Whatever.
Well, no, it's a trademark for Scalebound, so...
It's-
It'll still be called Scalebound.
It's totally going to be called Scalebound.
I wouldn't be surprised if it just turns into a cover-based shooter. Go all the
Totally
way back
gonna
to
turn
360 days.
What if they just
Everybody
made a
shooters
new
everywhere.
Vanquished?
And call it Scalebound. That'd be so weird. What would that?
I would be so happy.
You know you can play Vanquished right now, Jeff. On your PC at uncapped frame rate.
You know what I
Yes,
want?
yes.
I want a fantasy-esque Scalebound. Or I want a fantasy-esque Vanquish.
Yeah, that'll be
Which are
Scalebound. That's what we're gonna make Scalebound. We'll take on Scalebound, Microsoft. I know you're listening. You always listen to this podcast. You as a conglomerate.
Yep. They always have ears everywhere, and they're totally listening to this podcast right
I am running
fucking
Windows
now.
10. They're definitely listening to everything I say.
Yep, exactly. They're listening to
Which
this
is why
right
whenever
now.
I complain
they're not
about how
listening-
bad Windows 10 is, my computer starts working better.
Really? Mine works fine constantly.
Quick, start talking shit. Windows 10's so bad. Oh, fuck Windows 10.
sucks so
Why did my
much
frames on the
cock.
desktop just jump 12 million? Why does the desktop even have frames? What's going on?
Moving on
We're
from
traveling at
Windows
light
10.
speed. My RAM
Moving on
usage is at
from-
0, but everything's working fine.
So Josh, talk to me about Hover.
Hover. It's a kick.
How did you revolt against the establishment?
So we revolted against the establishment with doing tricks and parkouring over long distances and spray painting all over everything and grinding on rails. And
Really like grinding on rails.
a lot of grinding on rails, and also doing wall rides, and you can do wall grinds, which is kind of weird and kind of neat gimmick to that. And also you can do landslides, which is basically again just another like you can stop in place in style type of thing. But basically, it's a game of free running and jumping all over the place. But the thing is, this is placed in kind of cartoony, future cartoony, kind of very Jet
Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio, but without the skates, and it's all like run around and wall run and jump all over the place, and you don't have to worry about fall damage because you get an actual bonus for doing that.
Oh, I have this game on my wish list.
Yeah. So basically, this game is very Jet Set Radio to the point of like, man, did anyone from the original Jet Set Radio team make this or something? Because I remember hearing about this forever ago, and it turns out it was one of those original Kickstarter things from 2014, I think.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was one of the pretty early ones.
Yeah, it was like super early ones, and looking at it then, I was like, oh yeah, I could totally play something like this, and it's finally out now. And it's pretty decent. It's a surprisingly decent game. The only catches to this game is that you can kind of tell it's one of those games of like, it feels like students were making this for the longest time because a lot of like polish.
So it feels like our game.
Yeah, it's just a lot of polish. It's just not there. So a lot of stuff is like, you getting snagged on a corner because of geometry is a little fucked, or I'm gonna try to do this mission. Turns out this mission is just a little too hard. It's supposed to be in this area. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna come back to this later, or figuring out where you need to go, and it turns out your HUD, you don't have a map, but you can hold the right click or left click, and you have the scanning thing, and the scanning thing tells you where you need to go, but all the like it lights up the entire area that you're looking at, but all the stuff that's lighting up is so dim that you have to kind of squint at your screen just so you can look at it better. So you're like, I think I have to go this way, or this is like one of the 20 things I can do. Oh, whatever. I'm just going to run that direction and hope I can run into something good. And yeah, so it's just like a big open sandbox of free running and jumping all over the place and fighting against the establishment because they hate entertainment for some reason.
As in establishments do.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can't have entertainment because that causes delinquency and blah blah blah, and it's like,
North Korea.
but it's like, entertainment is needed so people don't want to question themselves of why they want to live anymore. like,
Yeah.
like it gets to a point of like, you need entertainment or else this thing's gonna go downhill hard.
So the most helpful review on this game is Lucio the game.
yes, exactly.
If that's not going to get you to buy the game, I don't know what will.
Freaking Jet Set Radio's Lucio the game, but I mean,
Lucio's Jet Set Radio, the Overwatch character.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly it. The only thing it's missing is a really good soundtrack over top when every single time you're playing them, but whatever.
Well, it's there in the background.
I want it louder, and I want it to encompass everything. That's what I want. Just as soon as you pick that character, it's booming everywhere.
He has his own SoundCloud, you know that, right? There's a Lucio SoundCloud that has both his tracks. And they like perfectly loop if you want them.
Oh,
Really?
great.
Oh, I gotta check that out later. And yeah, so this game's pretty neat. There's some polished things that I would, like, it looks like they're gonna still constantly update the game even after the fact they released it. But for like right now, I think that this is a game that's like, if you want to play, run fast, jump over long distances, and do cool tricks to the game.
Buy Sonic.
You can do. I would say this game's pretty good for doing all that. I would give it like out of 10, and using the full scale of out of 10, I would say it's like a 6.5, because it plays fine and it works fine. It's just there's a lot of weird little technical gameplay things that you look at and go, this could have been better, this could have been better. I wish I knew where I was supposed to be going. What objective am I supposed to be doing right now? Oh, I think it's one of these 10 I'm supposed to be doing, I think. Like, just little things like that.
Good game lacking polish.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yes, good game lacking polish. Oh, and that's another thing. The UI it's okay and it looks good, but you don't quite know what you're supposed to be doing when you're looking at it. You're like, I think this is my health, or this is how fast I'm running. I think these are my objectives, but again, there's 20 of them in a list, so you're like, which one is the main one? I don't know. So yeah, I like
that
it.
looks like the Unity UI.
It's actually totally a Unity game, because the more I was playing it, the more I was like, man, this just reeks of Unity. Yeah, although they programmed a lot of the Unity stuff out of there, which I can tell, but it's like, it still feels like Unity.
They probably had to redo a lot of the physics engine, because Unity physics are considered not the best.
Oh god, no, you throw that out immediately and make a new one. Like, jeez.
No, you don't make a new one. That's too much dev time.
I think this is what these guys did, because it feels
well, yeah, for
different.
that kind of game, you'd have to.
Yeah. But,
remember doing the car stuff at school, and we basically had to work around the Unity so much that it was, like, a pain.
It's like, why do we use Unity?
Like, it was at the point where our teacher basically, like, found a really, really good car simulator and gave it to all of us. He's like, just play around with this, try to copy it.
Oh boy. Just copy this. It'd be fine.
The actual project was making a racing game, so he didn't care too much about how hard it was for us to make the vehicle physics.
Ah, I see.
I got a pretty sick mini-map, though.
Friggin' those last projects that we all did working on those things were so, man, with
the capstone?
Yeah, the capstone stuff, like when they were first given to us, we're like, oh god, these train wrecks.
Oh no.
Capstone felt like we did worse in this project than we did in all other projects.
To be fair, I think like we were given flaming piles of shit, and we were like, well, we polished these. We either threw out the flaming piles of shit or made good polished flaming piles of shit.
I basically made a quiz that fixed a bunch of buttons.
Yep.
And took out questions they didn't want and had to read through files constantly.
Yep. And another friggin' what was the one I worked on was the Destruction Derby one, freaking the UI was just a mess. Just a mess.
I remember Shane had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, Shane had a ton of fun with that, and I did all the sound work for a lot of the games.
Yeah, you did. Did you do all of it? Did you did almost all of it?
I did. I was the person. Comes up to me. So there's this guy who I'm not gonna name names.
You just named him.
Even though I just named him. So he comes up to me one day, and I can barely remember. And me and him bashed heads after this, and he goes, "Hey, I need you to do all of this extra work," and I basically said no. And I was very adamant that I wasn't going to get it done because I had things I had to do and stuff like that. And I was just so done by the end of the class. I was just, oh God, it was so bad. I didn't even get to finish the last project.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, these are constantly ever evolving, projects that are supposed to be.
I think they actually did all those projects the next year, and they started from scratch on stuff.
Yeah,
I think Shane's game was the only one that had any of my sound effects in it.
No, Robert put yours in for Vulcan. I know because he spent all night doing it. I remember.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, I should thank him. I was like leveling it actively while he was doing it, and then he was like, "Nope, it's done." I was like,
yeah, there was a point where it was like 5 a.m. where it's like, "I'm not doing this anymore." And it was like the day before it was due.
Yeah. Okay. I have sympathy. Oh, I sympathize with him on that part. Everything else, no, I don't.
That's why you don't be a genius. So then no one ever gives you any work to do.
Anyways, I think that we're done the podcast because we talked about everything.
The Black Mind Podcast.
Yeah. So thank you everyone
we
for
didn't talk
listening
about
to
dicks
the
for
show.
half an hour.
Oh, darn it. Oh, I did snuck in one dick. It's fine.
You did.
Good job.
I snuck in at least one dick.
Also, you could argue that whole Walmart conversation is about a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, you can argue that too, yeah.
Anyways, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Adrian and Josh. And
I enjoy
Joel
rambling on your podcast, Jeff.
Thank you guys for joining me for this evening of terrible, terrible decisions. And have a good night.
For next week, where we make even more. This has been Podcast 101. Hopefully you learned something.
Yeah,
we
this has
have
been
done this as
episode
a whole
101.
podcast.
Thank you for joining episode 101. Thank you for joining episode 101 of the Black Mind Podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday. BlackMindGames.podbean.com.
Except 2 weeks ago when it came out on Friday.
Shh. Yep. Thank you guys. Good night.
No, it ended with the slide.
Yep.
In other news, Jeff saw a GT 350 today while driving his Mustang GT, and it was beautiful.
And you're looking at it like
I was like, that is sexy. And then I rolled down my window, and then the voodoo wasn't going. And I was very disappointed that the fucking voodoo, the thing that you buy the car for, is this beautiful voodoo engine that revs to like 8,000 RPM, and you're just like, and it wasn't making a noise, and I was very disappointed.
fucking.
That's like the car that like you like purposely are down a gear just so you can hear it.
I was gonna say, I think for you staring at that other better looking car, it'd be like a husband and wife, they're together walking down the street, and the husband sees another more attractive looking female going down the opposite direction, and he keeps staring and staring and staring until his head is at 90 degrees while the wife goes, "What the fuck are you staring at her for?"
Little Kenny. Yeah, it's kind of... Well, no. Today also my car got hit with a bunch of hail.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Have you muted from Heroes? That's what happened.
Moving on.
was like, what are you talking about a card for now?
Is Adrian hosting the show with us, or he's just listening
He's
to
just
us?
listening because he's curious. Isn't that right?
No, Adrian.
What? I'm here.
He's here. He's just.
Said you needed a guest.
Yeah, he's yelling at the parents behind him, going, "Do you want toast? Do you want toast? No, I don't want toast."
What about toast?
I shouldn't be I shouldn't be laughing.
Are you driving? Is that what you just said? Are you
That
driving and
happens to me.
podcasting?
He's
Too many
driving
times.
right now with perfect audio quality. He's not on the cell phone whatsoever.
If anyone has an audio set up in their car, it's
Wait, Adrian's
it's
driving?
Jeff. No, Jeff, I can't drive. We've been over this.
Everyone get off the road. I mean, seriously.
Just get off the road. Get off. You're
Get
on
off
the
on
sidewalk,
the
sir.
road or
You're
get
on-
off
you're
to the
on-
road?
You're,
No. Like, seriously, pull over. If you're listening to it now, pull over.
Make sure you go in
Make
oncoming
sure
traffic.
you have
though.
a pillow in the vehicle and prepare to get hit. Adrian is not that great of a driver.
I never said I wasn't a great driver. I just say I can't drive.
Watch, he's going to, like, hear me say that, and he's going to be like, wow.
Jeff, I've had you unmuted for forever.
Jeff's terrible.
Jeff, do you have me muted?
what?
And
Can he not hear you?
why?
What's going on?
No, Adrian's muted, so I'm
Jeff,
thinking
you have
he
me
heard me
muted
say
from
that,
last
and
time.
he can't respond and defend himself.
Tell Jeff he has me muted from back when we were
Really?
playing HOTS.
Can't defend himself. Like that time I
Hold
muted
on.
Rory
Well,
by
he's
accident.
not muted on my end, but let's. Okay.
Oh. Hi. Somehow you got muted on. Oh, wait. It's from that podcast where we were recording and talking in Xbox.
Yes.
Hi, Adrian.
How's it going?
Fucking.
I wasn't talking mad shit about
I
how
know
you're a
you
terrible
were.
driver.
I heard all of it because I unmuted you earlier. You do realize now this podcast is going to get derailed. So much so. I'm going to say so much offensive stuff and then blame it on you being white.
You mean like the kids at like that college in where
Jeff's the reason that lady beheaded that Trump head thing.
Oh, Kathy Griffin was not a bad comedian, and then she did that, and I'm just like, I can't support her.
Whoops.
Oh, we lost Josh.
Oh,
Wrong button.
He's back.
Wrong button. Anyway.
Were you clicking the I for connection info?
No, I was just clicking around and I was like, whoops, I hit the wrong button.
we should probably sync the podcast.
Yeah.
Sing on the
wait.
podcast?
What's
Okay,
that?
if you ask so.
Wait, hold
Sync.
on. Where's that stupid doc? We can fill it up with info, maybe. Sorta.
Oh, Evergreen. Evergreen's the college I was thinking of. By the way, Kenjo passes the Bechdel test.
I don't know what those words mean, but okay.
Who and a what and a where?
You know the boob and butt fight anime that you were talking about a few months back, Adrian?
Boob and butt fight anime. There's a lot of those. You're gonna need to be more specific.
Oh, that weird bikini one that
Oh,
with the chicks.
Kaijo.
Yeah.
Kaijo, yes. It passes the Bechdel test. Thus is 100% great for feminists.
That manga is ending. Or ended.
Oh,
Cancelled.
God.
Sad.
oh well. You're very sad.
It started having a
Right,
story
concept.
and ratings started dropping. Who knew?
Gee, I wonder why. I can't imagine why. Anyways,
I actually played a game this week. Surprising, I know.
so we're going to talk about the I-9 and stuff like that, Josh.
So Josh and I will go mute ourselves and start another podcast while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
I really didn't play games this week. I mostly just bashed my head against.
you bash your head against the wall. I bash my dick against the wall.
I played
Together you
Overwatch
can make a baby.
and then died a lot in Player Unknown.
I'll keep bashing my dick against the wall to make more walls for a house, then make another house.
Okay, anyways.
Dang.
3, sink in. 3, 2, 1.